Hello and welcome back to my channel. A viewer asked me how I was feeling taking the L Reuteri yogurt for a few weeks now. And to be honest, I must admit that I had continuous bloating, discomfort, nausea. I was not feeling well. Also, I had some weight gain, although the rest of my nutrition and activity levels did not change. So I am wondering, I know I have problems with dairy and yogurt. And I love Greek yogurt, for example, but I have not been able to eat it. Now, I understood Dr. Davis as saying that after a while on the L Reuteri yogurt, you should be balancing out and your SIBO should resolve, and that should probably enable you to tolerate dairy again. Now, I am obviously not at that level, so what I will try today is to make yogurt with non-dairy products. Dr. Davis says you can make yogurt with pretty much anything that will ferment. So let's try. We have here milked almonds and milked hazelnuts. I will do 1 and 1, and we will see. Just not to get mixed up, I will label one of my yogurt making bowls with an A for the almond milk and an H for the hazelnuts. So I will see which one comes out better and which one I like better. The probiotics I will use are the same I'm using in the dairy. I have on one hand here the L Reuteri. This one is Lactobacillus gasseri. And here we have Bacillus subtilis. I have recently also purchased Akkermansia, which I will try out in this recipe as well. So I will begin by emptying 1 capsule of each of my probiotics in each of my yogurt making bowls, like such. That's the Akkermansia. Next in will be gasseri, also 2 capsules, 1 in each. Then comes subtilis. These are smaller pills, still 1 each. And last not least, the main star of the show, Lactobacillus reuteri. All right, in goes to feed the probiotic. We have prebiotic fiber, inulin, as recommended by Dr. Davis. For each, we will use 2 tablespoons. I manage not to put everything over my lap and get something in the bowls. All right, so with non-dairy milk products, the problem is that they don't thicken. You have to use a thickener. I will use gelatin. This is grass-fed gelatin. If you are plant-based, you probably want to choose a different thickener, some sort of vegan gum or so. So in goes 1 tablespoon of gelatin in each of the bowls. I will start with my almond, and I will just put a little bit in and start mixing this. In my experience, the inulin is very good at clumping. which with dairy did not matter because in the fermentation process it dissolves or gets eaten by the bacteria. So I will try to mix this as best I can. Don't want any clumps in there. No clumping, please. Okay, so this is as smooth as I can get it. And here we go on the hazelnut side of things. Same thing. This has an interesting color, more like hazelnut color. There we go. So now this goes into my yogurt maker. And I will fill up my A as almond with the almond milk. There. I have to move this, so I don't want to fill it up all the way. I will gently stir this a little bit. And then fill up my hazelnut one. There we go. Next, I will fill the yogurt maker with water. My yogurt maker ready, plugged in and covered. I will set it to the desired temperature and to 36 hours, which is the maximum this one allows. I will have to reset it for more. This has been already here for some 7 hours. So let's check it how it's doing. It is thickening a little bit, but it's compared to dairy, it is extremely liquid. It does not taste a whole lot like yogurt yet. This is the hazelnut side, very same thing. Well, this will continue to ferment in here. Some people say that it took less than dairy yogurt, and I think I saw in Dr. Davis's book that these can take 48 and up to 72 hours. We shall see. It's been 24 hours. It's time to check. I will stir this gently. This has some clumps that kind of swim on the surface. And other than that, it's absolutely liquid. It does smell, has a faint yogurt smell and a faint yogurt taste. Let's see, this is the hazelnut. Nothing, not even skin's very liquid. This is too liquid to count as yogurt. I will let this go a little while longer, and I am pondering if I should add some gelatin. Put below in the comments what you think. Should I add gelatin? Was that not enough? Well, this has been fermenting for 72 hours now. This is the almond milk. Absolutely liquid. Same as the hazelnut milk. It doesn't even smell fermented at this point. Nor does it taste anything but not good anymore. So I will toss this and we will try something different. Well, I don't want to call that experiment a failure. It was just another way that does not work. At least not for me, not in the Texas heat, and not with the constant rains and stuff. So the next option, according to Dr. Davis, would be coconut milk or cream. And we will go directly to the source. He says, choose a canned coconut milk, never the thinner products in cartons, that contains nothing but coconut and water, with no thickeners or mixing agents such as xanthan gum or gellan gum. Guar gum is okay. So these have as ingredients coconut, water, and guar gum. So this is the gum that Dr. Davis says is okay. This has several additional steps, as he writes, as this has the tendency to separate.
First step.
Let's get going with those steps.
I have to heat up both cans of coconut milk to 180 degrees. Once the coconut milk reaches 180 degrees, I turn off the heat and let it cool down to around 100 degrees. As this cools down, I put in the 2 tablespoons of inulin powder. And I stir them in.
So it's been quite a wait. This has to cool down to around 100 degrees. Let's see where we are at. 100 degrees. Okay, so now we are ready to put our probiotics in there. Here we have, first of all, the L Reuteri. Then comes Bacillus subtilis. I am using again the same ones I used in the oatmeal and hazelnut experiments, and which I, by the way, also used in the dairy form. And this one here is Gasseri. Pill in. And this one is just to fill the fluff. This is Akkermansia. All right. So I will gently, hopefully stir this to dissolve the powder in this liquid, because I can use an immersion blender at all stages except once the bacteria are in the mix, because apparently they get motion sick if you stir them too fast with an immersion blender, and that could kill them. So, yeah. I'm not sure if I need both of my yogurt maker bowls. I have put both in just in case. I'm trying to not leave any undissolved bunches of bacteria here. Dr. Davis writes that this needs to have a consistency of heavy cream, which I find it totally has. So it is not entirely as liquid as water or as the oatmeal and the hazelnut milks. This is a little more, yeah, like heavy cream. Should be the spot on consistency. All right. Just a reminder, I didn't put any guar gum in because this came already with it. So here we go. Enough with one. I leave the other one for company. And I fill my yogurt maker with water, as usual. My bowl starts floating, so I fill up my bowl as well. Here we go. All right, let me set this aside. And I need to take a look here. 99, no, I want it at 106. And this one goes for 48 hours. So I will run it first for 36 and then I will reset it for another 12 hours. And I will see you then. Okay, this has less than 1 hour left. We'll check on it. It has totally separated. Let's see if I can take this out. It was okay still yesterday. Today it is a separated mess. It's actually pretty thin layer of still something. I understand that this is supposedly still good for consumption, but I must confess that it is not giving me too much confidence. It smells barely like fermented. It does smell a big deal still like coconut. So, another failed experiment. Well, and I would say that concludes for the time being my experimenting with L Reuteri yogurt. The coconut one definitely separated, does not look very appetizing, and neither the dogs nor I are really planning on eating it. We still have a little rest of the dairy, half and half L Reuteri yogurt. I am sure I made a mistake, something went wrong, that none of the non-dairy milks didn't turn out as they were supposed to. So I will set the L Reuteri experiment aside. I will continue to ferment kombucha, which I like a lot, and I will make a new batch of sauerkraut, which I, and especially also one of my dogs, enjoy a lot. Sometimes getting used to eating fermented food is really a matter of getting your palate used to it, and then it tastes better. I am trying to include something fermented once a day because I think there is a lot of benefit to it. I do mostly ketovore, not quite carnivore, because I like a little garnish with it, and I like to eat my garnish. So if it's a fermented garnish, I have kind of the feeling it is healthier for me, more beneficial for me, as in the fermentation process, many of the plant toxins are eliminated or neutralized. So we'll make some sauerkraut. Please tune in. For now, I thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I would appreciate if you could like and maybe consider subscribing so we can see each other again. Until the next time.